Hey guys, what's up? It's Max here for Destructoid with the news. It is February 6th, 2014. It is a rainy Thursday in San Francisco, thus the hat. Today we've got some really fun news to talk about, lots of pretty things to look at, and some exciting things to ponder in the world of gaming. For starters, Sega, the creators of the Sega Genesis and also that famous hedgehog, have announced what that famous hedgehog is up to next. Sonic Boom. There will be 2 Sonic Boom games coming out, one for the Wii U, developed by Big Red Button Games, which surprisingly enough will be running on the CryEngine 3. This looks pretty much like a big shiny Ratchet and Clank game. Some very interesting character redesigns, a lot of tape. Knuckles suddenly got real big. He's hitting the steroids, I guess. And then there's going to be a 3DS version developed by Sanzaro Games, who just did that Sly Cooper Thieves in Time game that came out last year. All this is being tied into an upcoming Cartoon Network cartoon show called Sonic Boom also. There's going to be 52 episodes that are 11 minutes long each. That's happening this fall. And there's going to be a whole toy line with Tomy. So, Sonic Boom. There you go. Sonic the Hedgehog. There's Skrillex in the trailer. Go watch it. Other big news to happen in the last couple days is the Game Informer tidbit of news that they went and checked out Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. They got to play a whole bunch of the game. Well, they got to play 4 hours of the game, and apparently they beat the main story in about 2 hours, which of course has a lot of people up in arms. Part of the issue for this is, of course, the fact that this is almost a full-price game. For PS3 and 360 versions, it is $20 digitally, $30 for a retail copy, and then for Xbox One and PS4, it is $30 and $40 respectively. Kojima chimed in on Twitter to defend himself in this grave judging of game length and all that, and he had this to say. Ground Zeroes offers freedom of approach and playstyle, which we hope players will enjoy over and over without becoming bored. I believe people will be satisfied with the playtime of Ground Zeroes and will not stress the clear time, which is a standard for linear games. Of course, the bone of contention here is that Ground Zeroes is kind of being marketed like a full game when it is sounding more like sort of a prologue, demo, trial type of thing, which could be confusing for people who aren't following all of the Ground Zeroes Metal Gear Phantom Pain stuff. They might think this is the next Metal Gear game, when in fact it is just a tease of what's coming ahead in 2015 with Phantom Pain. Destructoid Steven Hansen wrote a great thing on the whole matter, pointing out how people do get really upset about game length and the whole time versus money versus value and all that. And video games are expensive, but at the same time, you're paying, in some cases $10 for something that took hundreds of people, thousands of man hours to create, and you're like, it was only 4 hours, I feel like I was ripped off, and then you compare it to the value of a hamburger or the value of a movie. But go read what Steven wrote. He's much more eloquent than I am, and he makes some good points. Speaking of things that cost $10, here's something that costs $15, which is Ubisoft's upcoming game, Child of Light. This is the beautiful hand-painted RPG that we got shown off a while back at their digital days, or whatever the hell they call it. It's kind of a turn-based RPG, and you are like a child of light, I guess. Anyway, there's a new trailer. This is coming out April 30th. It's going to be hitting Steam, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Wii U. So if you have one of those listed boxes, you can play this game for $15. One of the more popular games right now on Xbox One, for lack of variety, is Killer Instinct, which was developed by Double Helix Games in conjunction with Microsoft. This is interesting. Amazon has purchased Double Helix Games from under Microsoft. So it looks like Amazon is going to be getting into the game publishing race. They had kind of been dabbling in some Android development, but as of yet, they haven't really done anything, too definitive. We have heard rumors, though, that they might be developing their own version of an Ouya or something of that type, where you can play the stuff on it or download things to it. Who knows? The good news is that Killer Instinct will go on, and Microsoft has a new developer that they are going to be working on with that. I hope it's Rare. I hope Rare comes back to work on Killer Instinct. And I hope they put the Battletoads in it. There, I said it. I would pay $5 for a Battletoad in Killer Instinct. You guys remember when David O. Russell was going to be directing the Uncharted movie? Yeah, and then he went and did Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle instead, and those won a whole bunch of Oscars or got nominated for whatever. Now it looks like the director of King of Kong, that documentary about Donkey Kong, might be helming the Uncharted movie. Still no word on who's going to be cast in it, but that looks like the director for the time being. The guy who was writing the movie, David Guggenheim, meanwhile, has gone on to be apparently working on the script for Bad Boys 3. Who gives a shit about an Uncharted movie? They're doing Bad Boys 3. Shit just got real. Everybody, go pre-order tickets for that. Mike Lowry. There's your Destructoid news update for February 6, 2014. I am Max Scoville. I'm not going to be here next week because I have to go to Japan because of some reasons that I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you about. but there will be some videos going up. I went and saw a game that I've talked about on this show before that is not out yet, and you have not seen it, a whole lot of it anyway, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be going up on the 11th. So, yeah, for all your gaming news, check out Destructoid.com. I will talk to you guys later.
It's next, Miss Knows, hey.